These began as recycled Indian saris.
It just snapped. Actually just want to cry. Time I go to sew something and it just snaps.
I thought I was just making a cute set, but somewhere along the way, the project became something completely different. This is the story of the Nirvana set. So the luteal phase has been kicking my ass for the last few days, but I do have the next 2 days off and I am determined to make the most of them and get this project going. So despite all of my feelings right now, I've decided I'm just going to cut out all my pieces so that it is ready to go tomorrow morning when I get into it. And for a little bit of background info, I actually channeled this design and I actually saw a vision of the exact fabric that I wanted to buy. And then when I found it in the fabric store, I was like so excited, just like a little kid in a candy shop. And yeah, I actually got it back home though and realized it's quite thick, so I'm not really sure how it's gonna go. But anyway, I'm just gonna kind of trust whatever I channeled and keep to it.
I was so close to finishing. I literally just have one more waistband pair to cut out, but my scissors have run out of charge. So the fabric is also a lot thicker and it's quite difficult to cut without the electric scissors. Literally, I was so close. This is the last piece I have to cut. Oh, that really took it out of me. The fly has made its way in from outside. Check it out. So pretty, it's blue.
And now just a quick little play break with Miso before we continue on.
I've finally finished my cutting! Yes! I don't know why I hate cutting so much, but it's fine when I'm doing it, it's just getting there that always takes way too long. But I've still got a little bit in me before I want to call it a day, so I'm just going to get into my preparation stuff. These guys are just a little bit wrinkly, so just smooth them out.
So I'm quite surprised that I still have a bit of energy left, so I'm just gonna thread up some bobbins and do all the little pre-checks on my machine to go. I like to just kind of do a few bobbins so I don't have to stop through the middle of the project and I can just keep powering through, because once I'm kind of into it, I don't like to stop.
So most of the preliminary prep work with cutting and everything is done now. So I'm about to get into my first couple of stitches, which the excitement has finally come now that I got that cutting out the way. Oh my gosh. Going in for the first stitches now. Yay! Here we go.
So at the moment everything is working out and smooth sailing, so I'm pretty excited, but I'm just kind of wondering when the next little mishap is gonna happen, because this fabric is a lot thicker than I expected, and yeah, I just know it's bound to happen soon.
Just had my first thread snap here. It is not liking the bulk of this seam when I am kind of sewing it back to keep it in place. There's like 4 layers of fabric here. So I'm kind of having to do a bit of a hybrid where I stitch it at the stitch length I like, and then I change it to like a really large stitch length to kind of go over the seam, and then back to the stitch length. So it's already snapped once. Hopefully it doesn't snap anymore, because otherwise this is going to be quite interesting to get through these pants. seem to have made it through the bulky seams, but it's definitely making me a bit nervous for like other parts, like the back pocket and a few other pieces. So yeah, it's really going to be interesting.
So this is my first attempt of the back pocket. Let's see how it goes.
Just snapped. Take two. Ooh, I think I've just made it. I'm starting to lose hope on these bulky seams, but I've just done a quick Google and apparently if I just hand wind this on the really bulky part, it shouldn't snap. So fingers crossed, because I've changed it to a bulky needle now. I've got this little bit that keeps the foot level, because that is also another problem, but I swear to God, if this doesn't work, I'm literally losing my mind.
It's back onto trialing the pocket, but I just don't even know if it's going to sew it at this point.
Ooh, it snapped. So... Ooh.
I can't even get past the initial back tack on this pocket because the seam is so thick. So what keeps happening is basically the tension keeps spinning out and I keep getting all these bundles of threads underneath on the bottom of it. So I honestly don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm just so lost right now.
No, it's about to snap again, isn't it? Bugger. I don't know what to do. Oh well. That's it. I think I need thicker thread or something. Heavy duty thread. So after all of that, I didn't even get onto the binding foot. Literally just trying to get that pocket on and get through that bulky seam was quite the problem solving. And honestly, I'm just zapped. It's like 5:30 here now, so I'm calling it a day. Pretty much all of the preparations though is done. And when I get up tomorrow morning, first thing, I can get all the binding out the way and then really get on to the thing that's going to be most interesting, which is seeing how this zip is going to go with this bulky fabric. So I honestly don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish this set at this point, but just hopeful thinking, and I'm excited about the process, but obviously it does have its difficult moments that we just have to keep persevering through.
So it is currently Saturday morning now and I am just enjoying a nice protein smoothie here while I have a little bit of play with Miso before I get back into it for the day. I am kind of just procrastinating a little bit just because of what happened yesterday, but hopefully we can just get straight into it and everything will all work out.
And now comes my least favorite part of this whole project, which is changing over the foot to the binder foot.
Now I love doing bound seams as a finish just because it gives such a high-end luxury finish, but oh my gosh, I wish I had another machine that had a binding foot just set on it permanently, because just have to like unscrew everything and re-screw it back in, and while it's not that hard, all the screws are really small, and yeah, it's just kind of a bit of nerve-wracking experience if you drop any of them or lose any of them in the process. And then obviously you just kind of have to install it and dismantle it every time. So if you can't do all the binding at the start and you have to wait until something's sewn, again you'll have to change it out. So it's just a little bit annoying like that, but I still love using it and try to just pre-bind as much as I can before I get into the project. Little tip as well is to just kind of trim any of the seams that you are binding, preferably before you start sewing. I just kind of forgot to and had to give it a little snip here, but they do tend to just kind of poke out and get sewn over, so it gives it a little bit less of a quality finish. This out, look how beautiful this looks. Oh my god, I just love bound seams so much. It just gives it such a luxury high-end finish. So this is the first one out of all of this stuff I've got to bind. So I'm going to get to that and then it is smooth sailing from there. I can't believe I'm so excited about this project now. Yesterday it just didn't seem like it was happening, but now it seems like it's finally coming together. I've been having a bit of problems with my machine. I don't know what it is, but just over the last month or two, I've really noticed that there's been problems with the tension. And honestly, even when I was doing the binding, there were bits that were just kind of looping under, and I just don't understand where it's coming from because I always do a test piece and make sure that the tension's okay. So I honestly think there's just something weird going on with my machine at the moment. And I really expected more because it is an industrial machine. I've never had this problem with my machine in Australia, but this is a secondhand machine, so you just never know. But yeah, it's just really frustrating and exhausting for me because I'm just trying to go along with my sewing, and it's just really disheartening when it takes you like 3 times as long and you just don't know what's going wrong and it just won't sew correctly. So I am actually booking my machine to get serviced in next month. I'm literally just waiting until my paycheck comes in so that I can do that. But yeah, it's just a little bit frustrating at the moment, and I've kind of seemed to manage to make it to get it okay, but I am about to put the zipper in, so I'm quite nervous to see how this goes. Hopefully it behaves until I get that in because I just really want it to look nice and good. But I mean, it is for me, it's not for a customer, but I just always have these things in the back of my mind, like, you know, if my machine won't sew it nicely, then I just would feel so bad selling it to a customer because it's just not the 100% that I could make. So yeah, it's just a little disheartening at the moment, but hopefully when I get it serviced, it will just fix everything and won't have to worry about it again ever. Here goes nothing. So I've decided to keep on persevering and just have a go at this zip, even though my machine has been giving me quite a bit of grief over the last 2 days. I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but just always give it a try before I decide to quit anyway. So the thread just keeps snapping and there's honestly just nothing I can do about it. I actually just feel so exhausted, so much grief is in my heart right now. I actually just want to cry because I was so looking forward to making these this weekend, but I'm literally just gonna have to quit while I'm ahead because my machine, there's just something really weird going on with it and I just really don't like it. And yeah, it's just making me like really sad every time I go to sew something and it just snaps. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait until I can get it repaired because it's just really causing me so much grief, and I just don't have it in me. It's really disheartening when you have the skills and the machine just doesn't cooperate with you. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to take the next 2 days off and wait, and hopefully when Monday comes around I can get this repair person out pretty soon. Otherwise I'm just gonna have to wait for this project. So I'm feeling pretty down in the dumps at the moment, so I decided to come and just give Miso a little bit of cuddle for moral support before I decide to call the technician because I'm kind of dreading calling in Japanese. I hate making phone calls in Japanese, but sometimes it just has to be done. Yeah. Hey. So I was just about to start calling the repair shop, but my phone is not letting me call. It's exiting as soon as I go to press call. I'm gonna have to wait until my husband gets home and potentially I'll get him to do it because I've been getting a bit of anxiety thinking about calling the shop. I hate calling places in Japanese. Ugh.
It's very much Kegel, polite language, not a fun time. Miso.
So my husband called for a quote the other day, but I still need to book the actual day for them to come, so here goes nothing.
もしもし、おとといの森本ですけど、修理したくていつ来られるんですか？はい。なんか土曜日の夜に電話して、ロックミシンと、普通のミシン。はい。そうそうそうそう。そうそうそうそう。はい。それ、私は外国の方です。はい。オーストラリアです。そうです、そうです。1時頃に、待ち合わせですね。はい。はい、ありがとうございます。失礼します。The technicians have left my house and now my overlock and my normal machine are both fixed. Thank God they were able to fix them. I wasn't sure if the fabric was just a no and I was gonna have to buy some potentially lighter weight fabric, but I really do love this fabric, so I wanted to go the whole way through with it. This was a little bit of a like to the head though. It was about $451 for an hour and a half, but I mean, they both fixed the machines really well. They let me test them, and then they were like, if you want anything fixed, it's now or never while we're here, so let us know if there's any little adjustments or any little things you need. Check it out, I've just got the zip in. It's the first pieces. The thread hasn't snapped at all. Look at it, it is finally coming together. Oh my gosh, I feel like there was just such a delay with this, and I'm just so excited that my machine's working now. I still had a little bit of hesitancy if the machine would be able to sew this fabric just because it's so thick and it gave me so much grief before, but I think it's kind of just like how my acupuncturist tells me, sometimes we hold on to the trauma and the memory of it more than the actual pain, and it takes kind of a little bit of time to dissipate that. So I can feel myself just sewing a little bit extra more cautious than usual and going a little bit slower just in case anything crazy happens. So I have just finished installing the zip and getting the front kind of section of the pants going here. As you can see, I've got my pockets with all the beautiful binding here, but I just kind of wanted to give a little preview of what these side panels are going to look like. So just a little bit about the side panels here. So these side pieces I actually hand wove myself, and they are made from recycled Indian saris, so they are 100% silk, and that is why they are so beautiful and colourful. In the past, I used to make all black everything for everything I made, and it's taken me quite a while to figure out how I like to use colour. My designs still have a lot of black and white in them and like monotone colours, I guess, but I do like to add these little touches here and there that have a little bit of colour and life in them and just offer something a little bit more special than whatever you can buy ready-made in the store. All that's left now is to put the waistband on, but I just could not help myself. I had to try them on, so here's what they look like. And the waistband is finally done. Oh my god, that was such a journey making these pants, but I'm not quite done just yet. I still need to figure out what I am going to do for a button, but anyway, here's a little preview of what they look like. This is the final product. It's taken me, I don't even know, like over a month to make these just because of all the little mishaps along the way. I have just finished hemming these pants, which means that There's only one more step to do, which is the button and buttonhole. Got some clay.
So my idea for the button is to just keep it pretty simple, a nice round button, and I'm basically just going to keep the super colourful crazy theme, and my idea is to just kind of flick them with some paints that work when you fire the buttons, so fingers crossed that it all works out and we'll see how it goes. For most of my life, creativity felt like something I had to chase. I would collect ideas as various screenshots in my phone, save photographs, study other people's work, and then I'd recreate it with a few changes here and there, or blending 3 or 4 of those ideas together. I was making a lot of stuff, but I was never really expressing myself. But something changed this past year. I made a commitment to create every single day, not because I wanted a business, not because I wanted views, not because I wanted perfect results. I simply showed up again and again, and somewhere along the way, I stopped looking outside myself for answers, and ideas started arriving differently. Instead of searching for inspiration, I started receiving it, channeling creativity. That's where this set came from, and I call it Nirvana. The foundation of this piece is simple: a textured off-white fabric and hand-woven accents made from recycled cotton and recycled Indian saris that have been spun into thread. When I looked at those threads woven together, I couldn't stop thinking about the colours of chakras. Separate strands becoming one, individual colours dissolving into a whole. In yogic traditions, white is often associated with purity, protection, and higher consciousness, so the design slowly revealed itself. White became the body, the woven sections became the journey, the rise, the awakening, the return to yourself. For me, this set represents the moment when all those scattered pieces finally came together. Not perfection, not enlightenment, just peace. The kind of peace that comes when you finally stop fighting yourself. When I started this project, I thought I was making a set of clothes, but somewhere along the way it became something else. This piece became a reflection of everything I've learned over the last decade, the healing, the setbacks, the countless hours spent trying to understand myself, the commitment to keep creating even when nothing felt clear. For so many years, I was looking outside myself for direction, searching for answers, searching for inspiration, searching for permission, but the thing I was searching for was already there. It was my own voice, and for the first time, I feel like I can hear it clearly. When I wear this set, I don't see fabric, I don't see stitching, I don't see all the hours that went into making it. I see freedom, I see trust, I see someone who finally stopped trying to create like everybody else and started creating from within. And that's why I called it Nirvana. Not because I've reached some perfect state of enlightenment, but because this set represents the inner peace I finally found from trusting myself and my own inner voice. And now, instead of keeping it hidden inside, I can share it and I can radiate it out into the world. As always, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. This one was quite the journey. There was so many ups and downs and so many times when I wanted to quit, but I'm just so happy I stuck with it in the end because the results just speak for themselves, and I cannot wait until the weather cools down a little bit more because The thicker fabric is definitely a bit too hot to wear in summer, and I did originally plan for this to be a summer set, but oh well, these things happen, and I'm still really happy with the result anyway. As always, if you like this kind of content, I would love to have you as part of my community, and I will keep creating. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!